Hello everyone, it's me Chris. In this video, I want to share with you a very powerful idea. Discipline is destiny. As Ryan Holiday says, discipline is a destiny, which means our daily action will decide our future. Okay? So make it in order to make you understand this idea, I want to share with you 3 points. The first point I want to share with you is setting a goal. Okay, setting a goal is very important because when we don't have a goal, we live randomly. Our life has no purpose. But when we have a goal, it gives us a meaning, it gives us a purpose. Okay, for example, I want to read 30 minutes or 1 hour every day. I want to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning every day. Those are your goals. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning? Because you want to read, you want to learn, right? And it is best to read, to do your important work. Okay? It is the morning is the best time. Okay? So first, discipline starts the moment you set a goal. Okay? Without setting a goal, you cannot discipline has no destiny when you don't have a goal. Okay, I mean, you have to set a goal. Once you want to maintain, once you once you want to live a disciplined life, there will be always for there will be a reason. Okay, and that reason will be and that reason is your goal. Okay, so ask in your you have to ask, what do I want to become after 5 years, after 10 years? What skills that I want to develop? You have to ask this question, and you have to know this. Okay, when you know where you are going, when you know what you want to become, you will feel like to wake up, you will like to study. It will inspire you and motivate you. Okay, and the next point I want to share with you is consistency. Setting a goal is very important, but setting goal alone do not change life, but consistency does. Okay, even though you have set a goal, doesn't mean that you will not feel lazy. You'll be always excited and motivated and inspired every day. Okay, no, there will be a time that you are so tired, you feel so tired and you're so lazy. Okay, in those moments. Okay, you have to remember your goal, and you have to push forward. Consistency means showing up when you don't feel like it, even though you are so tired, you have to do it. You have to read. You have to learn what you want to learn. That is called consistency. Okay. So as long as you live in this world, you will you will fail no matter what goal that you have set. Okay. No matter how much motivated and inspired you are, you will fail. And that is okay. That is natural. Okay. But one thing I want to tell you is when suppose your goal is you want to wake up every morning at 5 a.m. in the morning, but today you didn't wake up at 5 a.m. because you're so tired, or you fail to read 30 minutes in a day, that the goal which you have set. And that is okay. But the thing is that do not continue in the next day. Okay. You have to remember your goal, and you have to get back. Okay. You have to go back to the to the you have to go back to the work, to the things, the the goal that you have started, the work that you have started. You have to go back there. The good things that you have started, you have to go back there to finish, to achieve your target. Okay, that is the most important things. But failure, th- those failure, they in the beginning there, when they have a new goal, when they have a new dreams, they are so excited in the beginning, and they work so hard for 1 month, for 2 months, and then when they face when they face difficulties and challenges, okay, when they get into fight with your family, with their friends, when they fail their exam, they are so worried. Okay, they are so worried, and they they couldn't think of anything, but they just want to lie down on their bed, and just they they just want to um wander in their mind. Okay, they don't want to they don't want to eat, they don't want to go out, they don't want to do exercise, anything, because they feel so pain inside their heart. They feel so regret for for because they don't do well in their exam. Okay, they fail in their exam, or they they fail to give a good presentation, or whatever the reason. And when the result is not up to their expectation, they feel um, so painful. They feel so disappointed, and this is the time. Okay, this is the hardest time in our life, and you will face this in your life. And if you can, if no matter what the circumstances that you are facing, that you are going through in your life, in those moments, if you could able to show up, if you which means if you if you're able to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, or if you're able to read the 30 minutes uh, the 30 minutes time that you have set to read or to learn any new skill, maybe learning a new language, or learning an accounting or whatever. Okay, when you feel sad, okay, in your hardest time, when you show up, and and maintain the consistency, maintain the habit, okay, you will succeed your life. You will be far ahead than your friends. That's how those success people, they have they have this quality in their life, okay. They also face difficulty and challenges, but submit their they don't submit their emotion, okay. Their they don't submit, they don't give in to their emotion. They don't let they don't allow their emotion to rule their life, okay. But they control their emotion. No matter how angry, how tired, they don't allow their emotion to control their life, but they master to control their emotion. And that's how they succeed in their life. So when you practice this, I'm telling you, you'll succeed much faster than your friends. Okay. And the last point which I want to share with you is habit. Okay. So when you maintain consistency, it will become as your habit. For example, waking up early in the morning at 5 a.m. or doing exercise for 10 minutes every day, okay, will become as your habit. If you want to install a new habit in your life, you have to do it for 21 days in a row without breaking in between, but in a row, every day, okay, consecutively for 21 days. After 21 days, it will install in your life as your new habit. So a good habit will lead to a good future, but a bad habit will lead to a regret. Okay. So remember, your habit today will determine your future. Okay. In the beginning, you will not see the changes, you will not see the difference. Okay. You will not see the progress in the beginning. Like 30 minutes, reading 30 minutes in a day seems uh, seem not so much. I mean, will not may not seem may 30 minutes reading in a day will not may not um, look like may how will I say, it's very small. All right, it seems it will not help you to gain knowledge or to achieve to to learn the new skill. But when you practice every day consistently, okay, when you read every day, your knowledge will expand, your knowledge will develop. Okay, so that is the power of consistency. All right, so ask yourself what new personality, what new skill that you want to learn in your life, and write it down. And what do you want to become in your life? Okay, you have to write down. And when you follow these three steps, okay, setting goals, consistency, and habits. Okay, because when you follow these three steps, I'm telling you, you will succeed in your life. Okay, if you have a talent also, if you don't maintain discipline, all right, then you'll not you'll not succeed in your life. Your talent, the talent which God has given you, will be useless. All right, but talent plus, when you do hard work, when you maintain a discipline, you will succeed. All right, so with that said, I want to wrap up this video here. If this video is helpful, subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.